That's So did you get the ID waiver later? Is that or
at 18 I started filling out. We started filling out that process.
okay?
We were able to get an emergency waiver because of the significant needs that she needed at 21. We started at 18, but we were able to get it at 21 because of the significant needs that we needed, which then took us off the waiver. You can't have two waivers. You can't have autism and the ID.
So MJ was on the autism waiver first.
Yes.
And then
we were on the waiting list. We never got the autism waiver.
Oh,
we were always on
okay.
an emergency, like there's an emergency waiver that you got. So when we finally got you only get to pick one. We got the ID one.
Okay.
So then that took her off the waiting list of the autism one.
Oh, okay. All right, I see. And is what you're able to do with that ID waivers a lot? I mean, I guess that funds you as MJ's Have Aid, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So there's more funding there. You're able to do more with it,
yes.
right? Is there anything else you're using that waiver funding for besides?
Not right now. Not right now because she lives with us.
Yeah. Right. Right. So there's no residential.
Yeah.
You can use it towards. That's true. That's another thing. I've been learning. It seems like it's pretty limited in what you can do with the waiver funding.
It is very limited.
You can hire a Have Aid.
Yes.
And you've done that, right? You get compensated through your organization, and that's waiver funding, I guess.
Yes.
Or a residential facility.
Mm-hmm. And it would work for if she needed job training, that would be funded through it.
Okay. And maybe like a shoulder workshop or something, which I know you're not doing, but would that?
They would be funded through that too.
Yeah.
Or a day program. They have day programs.
Day programs.
But everything they have is always elderly. There's nothing 21. When you get out at 21, there is no... They say there is, but I'm telling you there's not.
Because it really sounds like it's an issue of a lot of those older people got into a day program or a sheltered workshop or whatever it is, or the cafeteria opportunity when they were younger, and they've just stayed there.
Stayed. Correct.
And there's no, your time is up now, you move on, or,
correct.
So.
Yes.
I see.
And I don't see any opportunities. We're constantly looking for opportunities. And like I said, Pitt first, we're very, very happy about that.
Yeah, this is great. And it looks like in what you're doing with this isn't waiver. There's no waiver.
No, nothing.
This is all outside the adult services.
Correct.
That is something that interests me because I'm finding a lot of people I think like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people I'm talking to just working outside the adult service system because it is so meager and so limited in what you can do with it, what opportunities that it makes available. So, well, that's great. I'm glad you found this is terrific, and and it's an opportunity to do something fun and creative. And that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to learn more about that, and maybe reach out to I'll go to the website and maybe try to talk to somebody there.
Brian, it starts with an L.
I'm not sure. I know that the person in charge is
He's in
Brian.
charge. I'll try to find out. I mean, maybe
it's right
I could
on the
even,
website.
I mean, and I'm mainly interviewing families and so forth, but I've thought about it'd be great to at least have a conversation with somebody like him about what they're doing, and like person with City Connections. I definitely want to talk to them and
Gail
learn
Bale.
more about that.
Gail Bale. What was the other?
Anna Rad.
Oh, Anna Rad. That's the other. But Gail Bale is in charge. Anna Rad is one of the teachers. Both of them are stationed at the house on Forward in Squirrel Hill.
Yeah, I see. Oh, that's great. So have you had much interaction with OVR? Because I know the office was it the state office of vocational rehab, which does a lot of the job coaching or at least coordinates that or manages it. Have you guys
we haven't used
much?
any of.
You haven't used
we
anything.
Haven't used it. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I mean, they told us it in high school, but it seems like OBR, they used it for more for learning disability students than autism.
Yeah.
It seems like that. Not that they. It just seems that to me that they geared towards more of that.
Learning disability.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
And because they would say, "Oh, well, you have City Connection, so you don't need me."
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean,
Yeah.
we could tap into that, and I don't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it may be worth looking into. I know people have been able to. So MJ does not have a documented learning disability. Is that okay? No. They may still be able to help you. I know I've talked to some people who've been able to deal with them, and they get someone who's assigned to you get a case manager or something, and then they will could arrange for job coaching or something like that. I mean, it's I mean, I wouldn't have real high expectations though. I mean, most people are pretty underwhelmed by what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I have talked to a few people like, my son got a really good job coach that helped him. Oh, and when he got a job, like helping at the library or some place, the job coach went with him and helped. So there's things like that where, but of course that employer has to agree to it.
Correct.
Say, okay, it's okay if he or she comes and we'll give them a job, and if the job coach is here, and I do think there are a lot of employers who just still say, "Oh no, I don't want to get into that," So I don't know. Maybe worth looking into contacting OBR, but in the case manager at Family Links, which you still.
We like her.
You like her?
Oh yeah, we like her. She's wonderful. It just seems like we're always telling her.
That's what I was going to ask you about. How helpful.
I mean, she really does. If I say I need la la la, she'll try to go look for it. But I'm also looking too. Mm-hmm. So usually I'm coming back and say, "Okay, I found it." And she's like, "Where'd you find this?"
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's interesting. You had mentioned earlier about how when MJ turned 21, you needed to go back to work. I thought you said, so were you off not working for a while?
I had to get a second job.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing is I had to go back to work. I always worked. But Nicole and Jenny were here when they're during summer break for college.
Okay.
So then they went to college. Like I always had somebody here. There was always somebody. Mm-hmm. A sister was here. There's 5 of them. So somebody was always able to be here for Mary Jean. When Jenny finally went to college, they're the same age. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't have my backup because Mary Jean needs someone with her 24 hours a day. So I'm like, oh, now what am I doing?
Yeah.
Jenny went to Beaver. Penn State. I have Nicole at Allegheny, Penn State.
Oh, okay.
And she's married, living on her own.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So then I was like, I need help now.
Yeah.
That's what
I see. Okay. And you had to get a second job.
Just for finances.
Okay. But you've continued to the 22 years you've been with the district, you've pretty much worked.
Oh, I've worked.
Steadily,
I never took a break. Yeah. No,
okay.
No.
All right. So Sarah, you don't live here. You live.
No,
she lives here now.
I live here now.
Okay. Okay, but you're married. Is that right?
I am married.
He's here too.
He's here too.
You guys are here now. Okay.
Yes.
But you're looking to move out.
No, they're staying.
No. Okay.
They're going to be staying. I have a boyfriend that might become more than a boyfriend. We've been together for a couple years, so that's why.
Yeah, all right.
So they'll probably stay here permanently.
Yes.
All right.
Well, me and Mary Jean moved to another house.
I see. All right. Okay. Well, how do you like having your sister as your hab aide?
Good.
That's good. Yeah. So, Sarah, you've been heavily involved in MJ's life, I guess, for a long time.
For a long time.
And is there more you want to say about that, or just but you guys just have a close relationship?
We do. It's really nice being her hab aide, and not having like a stranger come in the house, and not that, and they became, the one half aide became really good friends. I mean, she's on the wall. I mean, she made the wall of pictures.
Yeah.
So, I mean,